Doctor Who The Key to Time Story 3, The Stones of Blood, the 26th story of the 4th Doctor, is written by David Fisher and starring Tom Baker, Mary Tam and John Leeson. This is 100th story. The title was originally going to be The Nine Maidens and The Stones of Time, so they used professional video cameras to shot at location. Darrell Blake, the director of the story, made that decision to avoid the jarring effects when cutting between 16mm film and video. The main location was the Rollright Stones, megalithic site in Oxfordshire, England. However, setting of the story was Boscawen in Cornwall, at the Boscawen Unstone Circle. The 15th anniversary of the show took place on 23rd of November 1978, 5 days after the release of Part 4. So Anthony Reid asked David Fisher to write a new scene expanded by the director, cheering Romana and K9 surprising the Doctor with a cake celebrating his 751st birthday and a new identical scarf. However, producer Graham Williams ditched the idea as being too self-indulgent, and the scene was never shot. Blake had already ordered a cake, and this was eventually eaten by cast and crew. Apparently this is the only story between Frontier and Space and Survival not to have the special sounds created by Dick Mills, because he was ill, so Elizabeth Parker took over. There's people in robes with flaming torches at the Rollright Stones. Meanwhile, the Doctor and Romana figuring out the puzzle of the key to time, and got a warning about the Black Guardian from the White Guardian. So they arrived in Cornwall in 1978, hoping it'll be better than Caliphrax. Romana wasn't wearing a sensible shoes. As the Doctor left, we get amusing moments where Romana asks K9, what is tennis?
Anyone for tennis?
Tennis?
Yes, it's an English expression. It means, is anyone coming outdoors to get soaked?
When he's about to explain, Romana's like, forget it. K9 removed the memory bank.
K9? What is tennis?
Real, lawn or table, mistress?
Forget it.
Forget. Erase memory banks concerning tennis. Memory erased.
As they went searching in the field and discovered 9 Traveller's Stone Circle, they met Professor Amelia Rumford and Vivian Fay, discovered dry blood on stones, so the Doctor went down to meet Leonard de Vries on his own as Romana struggled to walk in high heels. The Doctor looks at the painting, and Leonard says the crow he's got are his eyes and ears. So after the Doctor gets knocked out and Professor Rumford and Vivian walk back to the cottage, Romana hears the Doctor's voice, so she goes down to the cliff, barefooted, and something knocks her down, pretty intense. Luckily Romana held on while the Doctor is about to be sacrificed. Martha protested as it's murder, not Martha Jones, different Martha. The Doctor calls for help, everyone ran away, leaving the Doctor lying on the rock tied up, and Amelia Rumford came. I love the Doctor's line, well, you know how it is, Professor, I often get tied up in my job. Oh, Tom Baker, oh, we gotta love him. The Doctor called for K9 and got him to find Romana. Romana thinks the Doctor pushed her down the cliff, but apparently someone or something looked like the Doctor. Romana is in her sensible clothes. The Doctor and K9 investigates the house. It was pretty intense when a stone broke in.
Master?
It really isn't the Doctor's day that he got knocked out, as it happened again. So K9 blasted it, which scared it away. So K9 followed it, but damaged. After tea and sausage sandwiches, Romana fixes K9 in the TARDIS. The Doctor and Amelia went in the house and discovered a secret passage. As they looked at the paintings, one of them is Vivian. Mind-blowing. It reveals that she's evil. So at the stone circle, she teleported Romana away. Tom Baker, as always, fantastic as the 4th Doctor. I think Mary Tam and John Leeson are great as Romana 1 and K9. Beatrix Lehman plays Professor Amelia Rumford, who's an archaeologist and wrote Bronze Age burials in Gloucestershire. I really like her. I do see her as a one-off companion, like Sarah Kingdom and Duggan. Apparently, while the character's name is Amelia Rumford, in Doctor Who and the Stones of Blood novel written by Terence Dicks and promotional material for its audiobook, it has been occasionally presented with a different spelling with E instead of A, so they credit the character as Professor Rumford, leaving the correct spelling unclear. Susan Angel plays Vivian Fay, aka Cesara of Diplos. However, she has quite a few names such as Kay Leach, Morgana Montcalm, Senhera Kamara, who's a long-lived fugitive criminal, and Diplos Asian. I thought she was excellent. Nicholas McCarty plays Leonard de Vries, who's in charge of the Druids, who worships the Kay-Leech. I thought he did a great job. Elaine Ivers Cameron plays Martha, who works with the cult of the K-Leech under Leonard D. Fry. She's great as well. Gerald Cross and David McAllister voiced Megara, aka Justice Machines, are flying glowing orbs who upheld the statues of galactic law. I thought they're pretty cool. Ogre are silicon-based lithoids that resembled a large rock. I thought they're pretty cool also. The Doctor and Amelia figured out what Vivian is. As they got out, we get an intense moment where the stones were chasing them. Luckily, the Doctor tricks one of them to fall down the cliff. They run into Vivian, telling the Doctor he will never find her, and disappears, so the Doctor Amelia goes back to the cottage, picking up Crystal for the machine to teleport the Doctor to a ship in hyperspace. While K9 guards Amelia, firing at stones, needing to charge. Poor couple at the tent getting killed by the stone. The Doctor found Romana tied up next to Kral android from the android invasion. As they were exploring and opening capsules, they found a Wirren from the Ark in space, and Megara Justice Machines, dispensing the law as judge, jury, and executioner. So the Doctor said he would never break any other seals without authorization ever. So they left.
Ignorance of the law is not.
I will undertake his defense.
I think you should advise your client that there is little likelihood of clemency.
And supposedly to teleport, but Vivian destroyed the teleport device and said that the Doctor and Romana are trapped in hyperspace forever. So Megara came and they're about to execute the Doctor, but the whole thing turns into a court. I like the fact that he's wearing those barrister's wig on his head. Later, after K9 got Amelia to fix the machine, Romana came back, the stones were chasing. When Romana teleported back to the ship and the court is still going, the Doctor is due to be executed, but seemingly Vivian got in the way and they read her mind. It reveals that she's guilty and her real name is Cicera of Diplos. As everyone teleported back on Earth, the third segment of the Key to Time is the Great Seal of Diplos, a necklace that got stolen. So Megara turned Vivian into stone and said they're not quite finished with the Doctor, but he sent them away. So they said their goodbye to Amelia and disappeared away in the TARDIS. The Doctor figures out how to put pieces of Key to Time together. They now got half of fragments. This is a fantastic story. Another of my favourite Season 16 story, The Key to Time. What did you think of the Stones of Blood? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.